Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing something a bit different, actually. We're moving beyond, the usual articles and research papers.
Right.
Instead, we've got this incredibly personal account. You could call it a case study, I suppose.
Absolutely. It's a powerful lens, really.
Yeah, and it opens a unique window onto some really big questions, doesn't it? About life, loss, connection. What shapes us?
It really does. And what we have here is this compelling story, a real-life narrative. It lets us explore the ancient idea of the law of karma,
Okay.
but through lived experience. It's a journey to understand not just what happened in this family.
But the why.
Exactly, the deeper why it matters within these, spiritual principles.
So our source material today is this fascinating audio clip. It's from a Thai Buddhist teaching, focusing on this personal story and then the spiritual take on it. And our mission really is to pull out the key insights, the nuggets, from this deeply moving account. Give you a shortcut, maybe, to understanding this whole complex topic.
Yeah, let's see what principles emerge when we look closely.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
All right.
So we start with the life story of someone, let's call him Christy. He was born in the U.S., in New York, back in 19XX.
Right, and his parents were young, really young. Father 21, mother just 19.
Yeah, barely adults themselves. And sadly, the marriage didn't last. They divorced when Christy was only 2.
Just 2 years old. Wow.
And the reasons given were, well, kind of complex. Both working hard.
Not much time together, the usual pressures.
Right. And his mother also apparently felt, she wanted more personal enjoyment. Like she wasn't quite ready for family life.
Which happens. It sets a tough stage, though, and these early events, they really did set a trajectory for Christy.
How so?
Well, after the divorce, he was raised mostly by his father, and his dad, despite trying his best, faced some significant struggles.
Right, I read that. His paternal grandparents and an aunt actually came over from Thailand to help raise him.
They did. A huge commitment. And the father, he was heartbroken. The divorce, the mother remarrying quickly, it almost sent him down a bad path, vices,
Oh, wow.
But luckily, he found Buddhism. The teachings gave him solace, a new direction, turned his life around, actually, before he remarried a Filipino woman.
Okay, so some stability returned.
Yeah.
But then Christy had issues with his stepmother.
Yeah, unfortunately. The account said she didn't really like him, apparently, often problems between them. So another layer of difficulty in his childhood.
Man. Okay, and then the story. It takes this really heartbreaking turn when we learn more about his birth mother. He was a smoker, a drinker.
And tragically, she kept up these habits even while pregnant with her second child, Christy's half-sister.
Oh, no.
And the result, the daughter was born with an intellectual disability. Devastating.
That just, wow. And this raises that question, doesn't it? How do these personal choices, like the drinking during pregnancy, how do they connect to these huge life-altering outcomes, like her daughter's condition?
The narrative definitely suggests a profound link, a direct link, almost like a karmic consequence playing out right there in that lifetime. What's sometimes called vipaka, the ripening of action.
Right, the ripening. And the mother's life just kept getting harder, it seems.
Intense pressure, overwhelmed by her daughter's condition, the past issues with Christy and his father. It all piled up.
So one night, she's at her parents' house. She drinks alcohol, calls her second husband.
And the call starts with her distress, but then it shifts. She starts talking about her life insurance policy.
Oh, that's a chilling detail.
Yeah, her husband immediately suspected something was wrong. He tried calling back, couldn't reach her.
So he called her parents.
Eventually, yes. Called the parents' house, and that's when she was found. Deceased, in the car, engine running, inside the garage.
Inside the garage. Oh, my goodness. And Christy was just 10.
10 years old.
You can only imagine the impact. He recalls his father's grief being just profound.
Understandably.
And Christy himself. Shock, obviously. But later, he had this really vivid, disturbing dream about her.
Ah, yes, the dream.
She looked pale, blue lips, shivering. Trying to tell him something. But he couldn't remember what. Just telling her, don't do this, you scare me.
Wow.
And that image, that feeling, it haunted him for years.
And this part of the story, it just powerfully illustrates the ripple effects, doesn't it? How personal struggles, decisions, they echo across generations within the family.
Definitely.
And it also shows how trauma works, how it manifests not just day to day, but in our subconscious, in dreams.
Yeah. But despite all that trauma, Christy's journey went on. He had a difficult youth, apparently fell in with some negative influences.
Acting out, as the account puts it.
Right. But then he decided to change. Met better people, finished high school.
Made a conscious choice. Good for him.
Then he served 5 years in the military. But before that, sadly, his paternal grandfather passed away, the one who helped raise him.
Oh, that's tough timing.
Yeah. And Christy felt this really strong urge, this need to repay his grandfather's kindness and also to do something for his mother.
So how did he plan to do that?
Well, he remembered an uncle who had ordained as a monk to dedicate merit to his father.
Ah, an inspiration.
Exactly. So Christy decided he would ordain too, become a Buddhist monk, specifically to dedicate the merit to his grandfather and his mother.
Wow, that's quite a path.
A friend recommended Wat Phra Dhammakaya, a well-known temple. He joined a summer ordination program there in 2002.
And then discovered a family connection.
Yeah. Turns out his father and other relatives had already made Dhammakaya Buddha images there. A pre-existing link he didn't even know about.
Isn't that interesting how paths converge?
So now Christy is a monk, and he brings all these deep questions, born from this whole lifetime of experiences, to the spiritual teacher at the temple.
And these aren't just casual questions, are they?
No way. They're like the echoes of everything he's been through.
Let's hear them.
Okay, first, where are his mother, his paternal grandfather, and his maternal grandfather now? What are they doing?
Okay, the big where are they now?
Second, will the merit from his ordination actually reach them, and what effect will it have?
The efficacy of merit. Crucial question.
Third, why did he feel such a strong bond with his paternal grandparents? Was it just this life or something more?
Exploring connection. Okay.
Fourth, what karma led his mother to end things like that? Was it suicide or an accident?
Understanding the cause of that tragedy.
Fifth, what karma did his half-sister have to be born with an intellectual disability?
Another deep one about cause and effect.
Sixth, that dream he had of his mother, was that real? A real visit? Was she trying to tell him something?
Trying to make sense of that haunting experience.
Seventh, what about the problems with his stepmother? What karma caused that friction?
The difficult family dynamic.
Eighth, why did he end up meeting the Wat Phra Dhammakaya community, and why was he born abroad in the U.S. in the first place?
Questions about destiny and path.
And then a final, very personal one. What specific merit should he do to be able to follow the Venerable Lonpor, the head teacher, in accumulating perfections in all future lives?
Wow. Those are profound questions. Really universal themes wrapped up in his specific story, aren't they?
Totally. Grief, destiny, family ties, purpose.
It's a true deep dive into the human condition, seeking spiritual answers for a lifetime of pain and confusion. And for us, listening in, these questions start pointing towards those universal principles of karma.
So let's get into the answers the teacher provided. These offer that specific spiritual interpretation of the family's karmic journeys.
All right. So first, regarding Christy's mother, the teacher's insight was stark. Her mind was deeply defiled at the moment of death.
Defiled, meaning like soul of negativity.
Exactly. Anger, despair, confusion, and with a clear intention of suicide. As a direct result, her consciousness went immediately to Mahanarak.
Mahanarak, that's one of the hell realms in Buddhist cosmology, right?
Yeah.
Like a really severe one.
Yes, the Great Hell. Specifically, the fifth level. These are realms of intense suffering, often linked to very grave negative actions or states of mind, especially taking life or having that deeply defiled consciousness at death.
Okay. And what's happening to her there?
According to the teaching, she's experiencing extreme torment. Her naked, emaciated body is being force-fed hot black acid by the narrates.
The who?
Narrates. They're the hell wardens, the beings who administer the punishments in these realms.
Force-fed acid. That's horrifying.
It is, and her suffering is said to be prolonged because she broke many precepts, the basic moral guidelines, during her life.
So the core takeaway there is the immense weight of intention, especially at death.
Absolutely. And the state of mind. Now, crucially, regarding the merit from Christy's ordination.
Can it reach her there?
Not directly. Not yet in that state. A special method is required. Christy himself needs to practice advanced meditation.
To achieve what?
To attain the Dhammakaya state. It's described as a purified, luminous inner body, a state of deep insight and enlightenment. Achieving this allows for a kind of direct interaction with higher spiritual realms.
Like the famous grandmother master Nunchen Kanakyeom.
Exactly like her. It's a very high attainment. However, all the good deeds Christy has dedicated to his mother, they aren't lost.
No, there are they.
They're waiting for her in Yamalok. Think of Yamalok as a kind of intermediate realm, a cosmic courthouse where karma is reviewed.
Okay.
The merit waits there. It will reach her once she eventually passes from Mahanarok and another lesser hell realm called Usathanarok.
So the merit is banked, essentially.
You could say that. And the teaching also added that her decision to commit suicide was influenced by her new karma in this life, the alcohol, misconduct, financial stress, all contributing to that defiled state of mind.
So even dedicated merit has conditions to really take effect, especially in those really severe realms.
Yeah.
The state of mind at death is just critical.
It's presented as paramount. Now, about that disturbing dream Christy had.
Was it really her visiting?
The teacher clarified, no, it wasn't an actual visit. It was Christy's own mind, a manifestation of his deep anxiety, his confusion, sorrow, grief, all churning together to create that image.
Okay, that makes sense. Our minds are powerful things, especially with trauma. It wasn't necessarily a ghost, but his own internal processing.
Exactly. A psychological echo, essentially. Now, turning to his paternal grandfather.
The one who helped raise him. A different story there.
Very different. After death, he apparently lingered for 7 days, sort of in transition.
Right.
And despite some minor wrongdoings in his past, his good karma ripened first, his own good deeds, plus the merit from Christy's ordination.
So the merit did reach him.
Yes, it did. That, plus residual good karma from past lives, all came together. And the result, he was reborn as a Gandharva.
A Gandharva Deva. What's that?
A type of celestial being. They reside in the Katumaharajika heaven. Think of beings associated with music, fragrance, subtle heavenly pleasures.
And that heaven, Katumaharajika, is at a high level.
It's one of the lower heavenly realms, closer to the human world than some others, but still a place of happiness, long life, much better than a human existence. He resides in a modest golden palace there. And importantly, the merit Christy sent did improve his condition there.
That's much more hopeful. It suggests that a generally good life plus dedicated merit leads to a much better outcome.
Precisely. The overall balance mattered. Now, Christy's maternal grandfather.
Right. What about him?
After death, he was taken to Yamalok, that cosmic courthouse again, for judgment.
Okay. Merits and demerits weighed.
Correct. And he was punished for his past karma of drinking alcohol. The teaching described him being force-fed molten copper.
Oof. Another intense image. But not Mahanarok.
No, because his mind at death wasn't as defiled as Christy's mother's, so suffering, yes, but in that intermediate realm, not the great hell. And again, he also received the merit from Christy's ordination.
And did it help?
Yes, it helped reduce the severity or duration of his punishment in Yamalok.
Okay, so this really shows that even if there are negative consequences, the degree of suffering can be lessened. And merit dedicated by loved ones can still make a difference, especially in those intermediate states.
Absolutely. It's a powerful testament to the potential impact of merit dedication. Now, about that strong bond Christy felt with his paternal grandparents.
Yeah, why was it so strong?
Well, primarily it was their current life actions, their immense support, caring for him like their own son. That created a powerful bond right there.
Sure, that makes sense.
But the teacher added another layer. In past lives, they were also closely related. Parents, children, grandchildren. This deep karmic connection already existed, and it just manifested strongly again in this life through their actions.
Wow, so our deepest connections might really span lifetimes, strengthened by what we do now.
That's the idea presented here. These connections aren't just random, they have roots. Now on to the half-sister's intellectual disability.
Yes, what was the karmic explanation for that?
According to the teaching, it was due to residual karma from alcohol consumption in a past life.
A past life, not the mother's drinking in this life.
The mother's drinking created the conditions, the karmic attraction, you could say. The sister soul, having recently been released from Yamluk for similar past karma, was drawn to be born to parents who also had this type of alcohol-related karma.
Like a karmic alignment. The frequencies matched.
Exactly. The sending and receiving energies were aligned, a complex interplay of the mother's current actions and the sister's past karma.
That is complex. It suggests conditions like these can be linked to specific actions, like alcohol use, across lifetimes, and that souls are drawn to compatible family lines.
It highlights a very intricate web of cause and effect, certainly. And speaking of intricate webs, the stepmother relationship.
Right, the constant problems. What was the root there?
The immediate cause was Christy's behavior at the time. He was apparently misbehaving, acting out, which understandably led his stepmother to not want him influencing his father or her own son negatively.
Okay, a practical reason. But was there more?
Oh, yes. Here's the really striking part. The teacher revealed that in past lives, Christy and his stepmother were actually mother and child.
No way. Really?
Yes, a close primary relationship. But in this life, Christy's behavior, the negativity it generated, it was completely overshadowing that ancient positive bond.
So the past connection was buried under the present conflict.
Exactly. And the advice for Christy was very direct. He needed to change his approach. Genuinely try to love her, be patient, smile, forgive, consistently do good deeds for her.
Actively rebuild the connection.
Precisely. The teacher said doing this would reestablish that past karmic bond of love, and gradually the current negative feelings would dissolve.
That's incredible. It suggests even deep-seated family conflicts might have these past life roots. But crucially, our present actions, intentional positive actions, can actually mend those old ties. That gives us real agency, doesn't it?
Immense agency. It puts the power to change the dynamic right back in his hands, through his own choices and actions. Now, about meeting Watfred Amakaya and being born abroad.
Yeah, why him, why there?
His connection to the temple community wasn't random. It stemmed from his past merit, good deeds done with the song of the community of monks in previous lives. That past connection attracted him back to join and make merit with them again.
So, attracts, across lifetimes.
In a sense, yes. Virtuous associations tend to draw people back together, and being born abroad, that wasn't seen as a result of negative karma or anything.
What was it then?
The teacher called it Christy's duty, his mission almost, to be a light for people in America, to be a good example, a good person the world has never seen, a foundational example.
Wow, so sometimes our birthplace isn't just karma, it's a posting, a responsibility.
That's the interpretation given here, a calling for a greater purpose. And finally, his desire to follow Luang Por, the revered teacher.
How could he ensure that?
The advice was straightforward. Continue performing all kinds of good deeds with the Sangha consistently throughout his life, and crucially, make a strong, clear resolution, a heartfelt wish, to follow Luang Por and the path of accumulating perfections, those virtues like generosity, patience, wisdom, in every future existence.
Make the intention strong and consistent.
Exactly. Make the resolution, back it up with actions, and the path will unfold accordingly.
So taking all this in, what does Christy's extraordinary story mean for you listening? It's more than just one man's life, right?
Absolutely. It's presented here as a kind of map, isn't it? Offering insights into these unseen forces that this teaching says shape our lives.
Yeah.
If we connect the dots, this whole case study becomes a vivid illustration of the law of karma in action. You see how specific actions, especially around major precepts like alcohol, taking life, even the intention behind actions have really precise consequences.
Consequences that stretch beyond this life.
Yes, into future existences. But it also highlights the power of merit, both our own good deeds and the merit dedicated by loved ones.
Even though there might be specific conditions for it to reach those in really tough spots.
Right. The need for Christy to attain Dhammakaya to help his mother directly shows that. And then there's the whole intricate web of relationships.
How past life connections pop up again.
Exactly. Sometimes hidden by current conflicts, like with the stepmother, but always there, ready to be reawakened through positive intention and action. It's beautifully complex.
So this deep dive really suggests that, within this framework at least, nothing's truly random. Every action, relationship, circumstance, it all has roots. And the path to resolving things, to finding peace or connection, seems to lie in understanding those roots and then consciously, actively cultivating good karma now.
Couldn't have said it better. And this story, while parts of it are quite sobering, ultimately offers immense hope, I think.
How so?
Because even though karma can seem daunting, this interpretation shows the power to change, to heal, to reconnect. It lies in our present actions, right now. And the intention we bring to them, that's where our power is.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe something for you to think about. If every action has a root, like this story suggests, and every intention creates a ripple, what intentional action might you take today? Knowing it could be seeding your future, and maybe even the future of people you care about. Christy's story isn't just some ancient teaching locked away. It's presented as a living blueprint, a guide for conscious living, right here, right now.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration today. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.